angels and demons. Another speed paint video. Now, I am doing a Sword Art Online OC. In fact, I've been wanting to draw this character for a while now, and yet when I first came up with this character, the first thing I did was I didn't draw this character. I made this character into a plushie. Check out this picture. Oh, isn't it cute? It actually sold pretty quickly, which I'm just so proud of. This drawing, though, not as proud of this. I wonder if my talent's going downhill. Okay, anyway. So because of this story, I decided to tell a fantasy-related story. And you're probably all thinking, what kind of fantasy-related story do you have? And let me answer that question. Dungeons and Dragons. I don't play Dungeons and Dragons, in case you were wondering. But through the years, I have learned at least the basics of how it works, and I understand that when you play this game, things can get pretty weird. In fact, there's this one YouTuber who tells stories specifically of the weird stuff that happens during Dungeons and Dragons. I actually just ran into her channel the other day, so if you guys want to check it out, I'll link it in the description below for you guys to watch those weird DnD videos. Okay, so this happened when I was a sophomore in high school. Now, before I continue with the story, let me explain all the things that I have learned in Dungeons and Dragons of how there's leveling and stuff like that. I've learned at least that much, and I've learned this because my sibling E plays Dungeons and Dragons. By the way, E, you're incredible. Thank you for letting me go to Disneyland with you on your field trip. You're amazing! Okay. So yeah, based off of the stories they tell me, I'm all like, wow, this is weird. So around when I was a sophomore in high school, I was in the nerd club, and it wasn't just me. My older brother Ben was also there. In fact, he was the president. Now, usually, on the days whenever the club would meet up, I would go to wherever my brother would sit, because he would sit with other club members, and I would ask, hey, so what are we doing today? And so I went up to him and asked, and they were all like, oh, we're going to play Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm, of course, thinking, this was when I was 16. I was thinking, man, isn't that a little lame? Yes, someone who's in the nerd club thought that playing Dungeons and Dragons was lame. I was more there for the anime stuff, not really Dungeons and Dragons. This was before Voltron did their own version of Dungeons and Dragons and made me interested in it. But anyway, so I was all like, I don't want to do this. So, and I was thinking, what's the best excuse? And I'm thinking, wait, I do have a ton of homework. I don't want to procrastinate on it. This is before I hit my big procrastination stuff. And also I have chores to do. So then I go, oh, sorry guys, guess I won't be able to join you. I have a lot of homework to do, which was technically not a lie. So that's when I left. And so when school ended, I just went to the bus and just went for home. And my brother stayed at the school for Dungeons and Dragons. And as I'm finishing up my chore is when my brother comes home and goes, you made a wise choice not to be at the club today. And I'm going, okay, why? And goes, a physical fight actually broke out. And I'm going, what? So yeah, I don't exactly remember what he told me, and I tried to ask him recently to tell me what happened, but he won't tell me the story. So sorry if it's like very vague. So yeah, sorry about that. My memory's not the best. He didn't exactly tell me the details of it, but something happened where an argument broke out between two players, and it ended up actually going into a physical fight. The teacher had to split them up and take them to the principal's office. The two kids and my brother, because he was the president of the club, in order to explain the situation. I don't know. I'm trying to remember what happened to the kids. I think they got a detention from, if not the principal, if not from the teacher, then the principal. I don't know. Now the teacher who did this stuff was actually pretty cool. In fact, she was actually my language arts teacher. So after this story, when I went to school the next day, I was all like, I heard what happened with the club yesterday. And she's all like, don't remind me, girl. And everyone's all like, what club? What happened? And the teacher said to the whole class, don't mess with nerds and their Dungeons and Dragons. And after saying that, everyone laughed. But she didn't say anymore, and good thing she didn't too, because I'm pretty sure everyone would be all like, what? If they heard that a physical fight actually broke out, because, yeah. Moral of the story is, don't mess with hardcore Dungeons and Dragons people, because they're probably gonna give you quite the punch in the face if you do. I know, short story and kinda vague, because I don't exactly remember the story and it wasn't really my story, but I guess in the end it's a good thing I chose not to be there, not only because of the actual fight breaking out, but because I hadn't played the game before. I'd probably be a level 1. Now that I think about it, I probably would have choose a mage. I like the idea of being a mage. Well, one of these days I might try Dungeons and Dragons with my sibling. It depends. Whatever. Should I do it? Do you guys think I should? Okay. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the story. And so goodbye, and may angels be with you.